Everyone, I am here. I'm going to show you how to use SORA, which allows you to download the SORA app onto your phone and have access to audiobooks and ebooks. And the way to do that is, and I remember doing this for each of the English classes a while back. So this is a refresher. But when you open SORA on your Chromebook or on your computer, or if you download the SORA app to your phone, the first time you access it, you're going to have to log in and you're using your school credentials. So what we're going to do is we're going to say not your school, because most likely it's going to come up with something that isn't your school. And if you notice that's asking, is this your school? Monroe to Orleans BOCES is not. So we're going to come down here to my school isn't listed. We're going to type in, you can either type in, the school name, but that's more difficult to do. So we're going to type in the zip code, and our Greenwich zip code is 12834. And if you'll notice over here on the left, it says Wish We BOCES, and that is us. So we're going to click on this as my school. We're going to have a drop down box here. We're going to click on that and go down to Greenwich. And then we're going to sign in using Greenwich. And so you're going to use your login information that you use to log into the Chromebooks and the computer and your Google. And so it's going to ask me, now you may have another account here. If you have a personal Gmail account, it might pop up. Make sure you're clicking on the school account so you have access to our catalog. And it'll log in for you. Once you're logged in that first time, hopefully you won't have to go through all this again. You shouldn't have to. You just have to do the initial login. So I'll wait a second while it's logging in. And I'm showing you this because you have access to all these audiobooks and ebooks for any, projects that you're doing, or also just for independent reading. And so in addition, there's a company sync that is going to allow you to borrow 2 audiobooks, not borrow. You actually get to keep the 2 audiobooks starting April 30th. They're going to have 2 audiobooks a week that you can, download right to the SORA app, and they're yours to keep. So we're just waiting for this. Must be my Wi-Fi is a little slow today. I'm sure some of you have had this same problem recently. I'm actually going to hit refresh and see what happens here. Okay, we'll say okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down because you'll notice over here on the left it says SORA Sweet Reads. Now, the SORA Sweet Reads are always available, okay, from April through July 31st. So these, anytime you click on them, they'll never be out, okay? You'll be able to borrow them. So if you notice down here on the bottom of this one and over here on this one, they have headphones. Obviously, that suggests that it's an audiobook, and if it doesn't, then those are ebooks that you can, download to your phone. So you can click on any one of these titles to get more information, and it will tell you how long the audiobook is or how many pages if it's an ebook. And you can come down and actually, I had borrowed this one before. You'll see it says borrowed. So I can open the audiobook, but I'm going to go back to explore and pick one that I have not borrowed so that you can see, you can actually listen to a sample beforehand. Okay. So it'll give you, and then you can determine whether or not you're going to like the book. So if I want to know what I've checked out, I'm going to come down here to the shelf, and it shows me that I have checked this book out over here, that the download failed, that it's due in 13 days. But if this runs out, because it's one of those always available, you can just check it out again. I'm not sure why the download failed, although, again, we just saw that I was having some Wi-Fi problems. So, I might have to, try that again. But that, in a nutshell, is how SORA works. And I want to show you something else up here because sync, and I'm on the sync page now. You'll look up here. It says audiobooks, sync.com. If you just did a Google search for sync audiobooks, these are the books that you can actually download come April 30th. So it's Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany Jackson and The 57 Bus. So it's a fiction and a nonfiction, and you can download one or both. And if you send a text to sync, then they will actually alert you when new books are available, once a week. So hopefully you take advantage of SORA Remember, this is SORA over here. And we'll click on the home page just so you can see it again. We'll explore. These are the books. You can type in any title or author, etc. And you can download to your phone and enjoy the books while you're, learning from home. Hope to see you soon.